Laws is with us now. And Coach,
sorry for the delay. Coach Beamer was here.
No, that is always an acceptable delay.
I would rather talk to Coach Beamer than you guys at any point in time ever.
I just told Mikey that was exactly where you were going to open with.
We can be delayed on going there.
I want to know what kind of play you were drawing up for him, because he was giving you one back.
So, obviously, I love football, as everybody knows, and Gus Bradley was here
a couple weeks ago.
The Duke week.
Duke game.
And he's Mr. Defensive Coordinator, the fastest rise ever of any NFL assistant to a head coach. Was a Division II defensive coordinator, and 6 years later was the head coach of the Jaguars. And I don't know anything about football, but I love to listen to football coaches go. So I got him going one time while he was here, and not that it matters, but the play last night, it's a basketball play. 2 wideouts, and the outside guy is screening.
A little pick play,
and the inside, yeah. And I was asking Coach what the rule was on that, because when I was working out today, I heard everybody was complaining about it.
Yeah.
So I was asking him if they did it, and if they did it, how he taught it so that it wasn't illegal.
Did he have a good answer?
It was perfect, but I had not thought about it. I'm talking to Bruce this morning during the workout.
That's
Bruce,
a waste.
Yeah, Bruce don't know.
Territory.
Bruce is just my favorite mascot of all time. He didn't
mascot.
know.
Classic.
You had a lot of football folks watching a basketball victory tonight because Coach Fuente and his family were up in the stands.
Oh, is that right?
As well tonight. He had to get the girls home before he came down to say congratulations, but I'm sure he passes that along as well. Let's look at this win, though, 83-73. I thought the persistence from your team, both in an individual aspect when it came to JB and Ahmed and even Justin Robinson was there, but scheme-wise and game plan-wise as well. Would you agree with that persistence?
Yeah, I think what you saw at practice yesterday, what you saw at shoot-around today, I thought for the most part it came to life. Obviously, it looks real good when you don't turn the ball over, right? And then I thought we did a much better job in transition defense. That's why we extended what we were doing defensively, is just to keep our guys high on the floor. I thought we were much more sustainable. I thought they were back to being connected, being together. They were as focused as I've seen them in a long time over the last 10 to 12 hours. And I think this is a really good win. None of us, since we have been here, have beaten Syracuse. And so to be able to come back home after all that we endured last week, 57% is what we gave up on the road. Field goal percentage defense, 93 points is what we gave up, 79-50 on the glass in those 2 games. So obviously much, much better numbers. And then 1 turnover in the first half, and 20 assists on 28 baskets. That's, that's good.
That's incredible. How about the fact that you got Seth Allen back? J-Rob struggles a little bit in the first half, got in foul trouble 7 minutes. Seth comes in and kind of bails you out. The steadying force that he had in this game today.
I thought against Duke, he had that same presence. I thought at NC State, collectively, we were awful in every sense of the way. I love 5 being in the game on both ends of the floor. Not sure that those fouls were necessarily all fouls, not to complain. We had high-level officials tonight, but Seth having the role that he had to play much longer at that position, being the primary ball guard, I thought he played really well.
Talk about Justin Bibbs, if you will. It seemed like tonight he really stayed in his confidence range and played through some struggles shooting the basketball to be impactful in other ways, and eventually the shot, which you knew it would, came back to him and he made impact that way. I thought that was just really strong from start to finish tonight.
Helps our team, right? And I think maybe too often we judge Bibbs on, well, did he make a shot? And I get that. I understand that. But he was guarding a guy that was going to shoot a lot of balls and did a really good job. Number 3 started out 1 of 6. I thought he closed the first half down really well. But I think when Bibbs is in the mix on the glass, I have always felt in his time here that was a barometer for his mentality, not did he make a shot. This was the highest number of rebounds he's had all year long in a BCS versus BCS game, and we need that on the glass. Bibbs was 7, C was 7, Zach was 6. Now all of a sudden that changes our team, right? Because we have more guards that are in the charge circle when the shot goes up or after the shot goes up on our way there. And to me, that's his mentality. And I think when he's in there in the mix for those rebounds, I think you also see him more going, I'm not just catch and shoot. I can put it on the floor. I can put it on the floor and create 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Both of those, to me, are interconnected.
How about, since you were talking to Coach Beamer, and obviously special teams are big in football, you talked about that before the game today. How did you come out with that? And think about the 20 free throws you got in the second half compared to the 7 in the first half.
Well, we got to the bonus much faster. I don't have those. I don't carry those around because the print media, I try not to tell them what we do. But we had 19 free throw makes. They had 16 free throw attempts. So that's 33% of the special teams categories. I'll tell you next time I see you. I have a feeling it's the best that we've been, and our guys were talking about it before I ever got there. I try to let them take a break for 12 seconds, 15 seconds, and I try to take a break before I go in there and engage in the huddle. And maybe 2 or 3 times tonight, that was what they were talking about when I got there. They're really into the ATO score. They want me to write it down. That was something that became habitual last year. I think we lost one. We lost 1 by 1 in the first half, 1 by 3 in the first half. Called timeout, trying to save us in the second half so we'd have a chance to win that one. We ended up losing that ATO. So I think I know we didn't win the last one either if you count the last one because they had 58 points at the last ATO. So obviously they smeared us in the last one. But
yeah, made a run at you at the end, but you pushed it back and made that secondary run to seal the game. I want to go back to the beginning, though.
Who won the Duke-Florida State game?
It's ongoing. Started at 8 o'clock. It was a 3-point Florida State lead early in the second half at last check during our post-game coverage. But, Coach, we talked about funneling the offense through the high post, and a lot of people obviously do that and are forced to against Syracuse. But you guys found cracks to get the ball hurriedly down to the block and to the baseline, and Zach, among others, had success. How did you find those holes tonight?
I think we may have mentioned it last night in Tech Talk Live. You know, when the ball gets to the high post, their middle guy in the zone is going to halfway guard you. And those 2 forwards on the back line of the zone on the high post catch have to touch the block to cover whoever is below. And then we always tilt guys. And the problem with that is that's the right way to attack it offensively. The issue is if you take a shot at that moment in time, particularly if it's a corner 3, the 2 baskets they scored in transition in the first half, we shot corner 3s, which we're okay with at times, but it's going to lead to an early transition basket for them if you miss. But I thought that our guys are just comfortable with it. 22% of our possessions going into tonight in the season were played against zone, and our points per possession against a zone was 1/100th of a point better, and that's rare that you see that. I think guys that can pass, dribble, and shoot, they kind of like playing against a zone, not necessarily against Syracuse, but I thought we handled all of that fine. 20 assists on 28 baskets. That's particularly against a zone is really, really good.
And it helps when you have a season low of 6 turnovers. I mean, that's just and 5 of those were in the second half. But, yeah, what a great job there moving the ball, high post touches, paint touches.
And, you know, when you're playing against a zone, make or miss on offense, you're not going to play as many of a possession game. You know, we've been playing whatever it was. I think we were averaging 78 possessions, and tonight we played 70. So it shrinks the game, and that's all the math on why Coach Boeheim plays zone. But I thought our attack against it was really good.
Well, Coach, we've delayed you as long as we possibly can. Bill Dyer's giving me the signal.
I'm just thankful. We're not worried about Dyer either. Dyer's along for the ride. Dyer's just an older,
Bill,
bigger version of Bruce.
I love that mascot. Bruce is a mascot. We got a new name for him.
Yeah, and Dyer's my guy too. But I'm saying that's the problem that Whit has when we have meetings. He's like, Buzz, what do these guys do? They're my guys, Whit. I'm sorry.
Bottom line.
Like it's part of the family. It's part of the folk band.
Well, Buzz, a great night tonight for you guys. Thanks as always,
Thank you.
my friend, and congratulations.